So, a shipment from 6 Boost has come. 6 Boost in the UK have made me a manifold. I have gone with mild steel this time instead of stainless. It's also coated for not rusting and stuff. Other than that, the new Gen 2 Garrett GTX, I forget the numbers. Anyways, it's the new model. It's supposed to do up to 1,000 horsepower, from 700 to 1,000, and I'm gonna be running 700 and maybe upping that later. So that's why I bought that, and we will see how it goes. I think it's GTX 3584 or something like that. Anyways, that's what's it. And then also a 50 mil Turbo Smart. I am Pro Grade 50. I'm changing from trial to Turbo Smart because they are supposedly better when you do not run water cooling on them, and I don't want to run cooling on it also. I want to keep it as simple as possible. And then some mounting hardware, and of course, you know, everything is V-band. V-band here is gonna be boom something and V-band, because V-band is the way to go. Who wanna mess around with rusty bolts and what do I know on your turbo that you then can't get off in the middle of a race if you have to change or adjust or whatever something. So V-band flange for everything, that is the way to go. That works. Yep, that's about it. Putting on a different steering wheel. I took the original M3 wheel off. It's over there at on the bench, and I'm putting on a different style wheel that doesn't have all of these controls and stuff to interfere. So it's just driving stuff and not pushing buttons and stuff like that. I don't really like the other steering wheel. This is a really nice wheel. It comes with this German AB or Gutachten or whatever it is, so you can put it in and actually drive it. Anyways, I also ordered a couple of sensors that will then go into the airbag plugs, and this will tell the car that everything is okay and it shouldn't throw any codes, so that you don't have an airbag light on your dashboard all the time, because then the German DMV or motor vehicle department or whatever the name is, called TUV here, they will complain and you cannot get it road legal. So we have to take some small steps like that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So I'm done installing the new steering wheel. Instead of plugging everything together, I decided to cut it all and kind of put it together a little bit more neat. So behind there wasn't so many plugs and cables and stuff. So it's time to put in the new head unit of the car. I just got the package today, and I'm just packing it out, and yeah, let's see how it looks. It was not that expensive, and for those of you who didn't follow the other videos or information, who is thinking why the hell would I put in a stereo or a head unit or whatever in a race car? So I can listen to music every time the Nordschleife is closed, because of Opel Astras with winter tires that went 200 in a corner. You know how it is. Anyways, so I can just sit and enjoy myself, and this unit is also gonna serve as it's an Android to show my additional dials, or what you call it, because I will need fuel pressure, I will need how much boost, I will maybe need exhaust temperature and stuff like that once the 2J goes in. So that is why I am taking out the old junky BMW unit and putting in a, well, I don't know if it's a good unit, but anyways, that's the reason why I do it. So let's have a look. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Now we gotta nice little stereo in here. All is Android, and on that I can install my turn off the sound. On this I can install an app that will connect to the ECU once the 2J goes in, and I can then have my dials here on this display, you know, my booster, my fuel pressure, voltage, whatever I need that the car doesn't have in the dash, I can put here, which is fantastic. So that's why I did it. The install is finished, and yeah, that's it. On to the next stuff. Time to install the seatbelts. 4-point Sparco harness, FEA approved. So the first eye for one of it, it's on the, what do you call it, the rollover cage, and the other one I have drilled through the body of the car and put a big plate on the back, so that's good. And then 2 more here on the back of the cage that goes over this on each side of the car. Then there one here, and then they go up over the shoulders and then down. So that's about it. So the seat belts are in on both the seats, and they are then made, I don't know if you can see it, whatever, and they are attached to the roll cage on the back here, and then down there on the floor. So I just got a new rear strut bar this time, also like my roll cage. It's from the company Vickers Sport. I ordered from them only because I didn't have an alternative, and my alternative would be somewhere from America. They are pretty much more expensive, and I would also have to wait a long time and shipping. Not that you don't have to wait a long time with Vickers. I mean, normally everything is 10, 12, 14, 16 weeks. So in no way, shape or form am I recommending anything from the company Vickers. But sometimes you have to decide whether you want pest or cholera, as I say. And in this situation, that's one of those. So that's the only thing that I could get within a reasonable amount of money and time. So hopefully it will fit. Let's see. And it's installed. Actually did fit really well. So I mean, that was very nice. I must say, however, that I find it's aluminium, and it's not really that sturdy. I would say if I were to build something like this myself, I would make a kind of a half moon or whatever that would lie completely up against this tower. So once you clamp it down, it would be really nice and firm, everything here, you know. So the only flex that you would have would be in this bar, you know. Instead of now I'm kind of having, the flex will kind of be here, but you know, I'm no expert, so we will let the experts do it as they have done it, and hopefully it will work as it should. And I'm also changing from bolt style to stud style on all my wheels. They're gonna be like this. I'm gonna clean the holes, and then I'm gonna put them back in with Loctite so that they stay. And this is a better solution if you change your tires often, you know, because you will destroy this thread over time. Then you can just take the bolt out and put a new one in. But if you have bolts, you will be putting them in the carrier or whatever it's called behind, and at some point you will destroy the thread in that, and then you have to change a lot more stuff. This is a more easy solution. Also, when you're putting on the wheels, they will stay and not fall off. That's a really nice thing. So, you know, some studs and then some new bolts. Unfortunately, these bolts are a little bit, not bolts, these nuts are a little bit too long for the wheels that I have chosen because my wheel has a cover over, but I can solve that with taking off that little part that is grooved or whatever it is. That's just so that you could easily screw them with your fingers, which I'm not gonna do. So I'm gonna cut off the outer part of these ones. There's also no thread in that part. The thread starts from here. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, and I bought new spacers. The other ones that I had on was 1.2, and I found that there was still space coming out to the fender, so I've gone for a 2.5 and just getting the tire a little bit closer to the fender just because it looks good. You know, it won't give much performance really, but anyways, it will look good. That's most important, I think, in this case, when they don't cost more than they do. So yeah, that's it. And this is then how it looks once it's on the car. So all of the bolts and all the studs, and then with Loctite. That's it. So here are all the lug nuts that I cut the end off them a little bit, grinded them, make them nice and smooth on the ends, filled a little cup with paint, and then I dipped the end of them 3-4 times. They look like original. You can't even see that I cut them. So that's how I solved that issue. And yeah, now I can use these studs with nuts on my BMW with my little bit stupid wheels that has a cover in the front. But yeah, okay, I made it work, so that's the most important. So it's time to change the front bearings also. I have a slight noise coming from one of them, sometimes a little bit only, but you know, you just don't want to have a problem when you're out having a good time. You just don't want some issue, so I just change it. If it's not 100%, I just change it, and then you should be good. So I'm changing to these from SKF. That should be good enough. They are cheaper than the originals, but as far as I can understand, they are just as good. So we will try that, and if that ever gives me a problem, I will go with original ones. But as far as I know, SKF also delivers parts to BMW, so sometimes it's even the same part, but I don't know exactly. But that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I have to put the old disc and stuff on because my brake kit from StopTech has been delayed, which is really FUBA, but yeah, okay. So I actually ordered a pair of new discs for the front because these ones are so warped, they shake so bad, and we are going to drive on the Nürburgring on Sunday, and my brakes, the new brakes, will first arrive the week after. So, but anyways, then I bought some new disc, and then I can take this brake kit off the car, the original, that then works good, and I can then sell that and shouldn't lose too much money. So that's the plan. So the new hub is on, hub and bearing. When I took the old one off, there was a ring still attached, and it was not so easy to get off, but luckily 1 week ago I bought myself an induction heater. So I took that tool, I wrapped it around the collar, and I heated it for a minute or two, and then I could just take a hammer, I could just take it off almost like butter. That is such a great tool. A little bit expensive, about 500 euros, but I mean, you don't have to mess around with open flame, melting everything that shouldn't melt, and heat going where it shouldn't go, and stuff like that. That is definitely a tool that I will be using more, I think. So, and yeah, it comes with some kits already for, you know, for bolts and some stuff, and then it comes with this rope that you can then yourself make into whatever you needed, and that's the one that I used. So yeah, there you have it. Okay, so some people definitely know what they're doing. Yesterday at around, I think 2, even 3 o'clock, I ordered new brake discs. And I think 10 minutes later, oh, I did add a note on the order that please send it fast, but I didn't pay extra for sending it fast or anything. I think 10 minutes later, my order was marked as shipped. I was then hoping that it maybe come tomorrow or maybe on Saturday, or hopefully Saturday, so I could put it on and could make it on the Nürburgring. This is the next day. This came in the morning, I think like 9 o'clock. So I ordered it yesterday at 3 o'clock. It came the next morning at 9. Now, these people, they know what they are doing. They got their shipping department in order. So thank you, Autoteile Isla. You are my savior, and I really, really appreciate it. That was a fantastic job that you done. So now I can put these discs on my car, and I will then be ready. I can even test drive now, and I will then be ready for Nürburgring, for going there Saturday. No stress, no nothing. Perfect.